Okay, so we have a gross drainage area, but we do not have the effective drainage area, and I'm not entirely sure if you're going to need the effective drainage area in the end, but I figured I'd quickly just run through it in case you do. So I'm just going to cancel that. Yeah, so we got this gross drainage area here. Change the look of it to make it a little more pleasing to look at. Points 0.5, 0.5. Alright, so there's our gross drainage area, and now we want to create a new layer in our geo package, and we're going to call this one Wetland Effective Drainage Area. Make the polygon, keep our projection consistent throughout the project, and click OK. And let's add, it's been added to the project. So we'll just change the symbology real quick. Outline red seems good. And start editing it. So I think in the last GIS lab I taught at the school, I went over effective drainage area a little bit, but I'm not going to go over it at all in this one. Just because I don't have a digital elevation model, but I'll just go over, kind of remind you how to draw things again. So you'll want to have snapping on, so you can snap to the border, and you'll want to make sure snapping is on vertex and segments. So now we can snap to this guy, we can turn off these points, and we'll say our effective drainage area, let's just say it goes all the way out to here, and it goes up to there, and it goes into here, and we lose a lot of effective drainage area here. This is all hypothetical, quick and dirty. Look for the lines. Let's say there's something here. I'm just spitballing hot garbage here. Alright. So you'd want to be creating a effective drainage area that's a ratio of your gross drainage area. And it basically follows tributaries. So obviously this one's a little less good, this one's a little more good, but you want to be a lot more careful while you draw it. But I guess one of the things I want to show you is just some of the more advanced things. Let's say you wanted to change the vectors, you didn't, or the vertex, you created it and now you want to edit it because you don't like where you put things. You click the vertex tool here, and now it's available to be modified. So in between two vertex here, you can look somewhere in the middle, you'll see a cross, and if you click on the cross, you click and move, you can add more. Clicking and holding doesn't do anything. And then on the actual vertexes themselves, you'll see a circle come up, and if you click that, you move the entire thing. So that's how you would modify those if you needed to. And basically the process I go over with this is I draw a very rough boundary to start, and then spend a significant amount of time just slowly tweaking these things to put them where I want them. So you'll basically start out putting half the vertexes you want, and then you'll be adding the other half through the vertex editor. The other component to this is if you wanted to add a donut. To add a donut, you're going to need the advanced digitizing tools. And in here, you're going to want to add a ring. So, presuming that you have this selected, you just click somewhere and then click on it and right click to finish. And now when you select this, you can see that this has created a hole, because if I select here, it's not selecting it. If I select here, it is selecting it. So if you have somewhere where you want to get the greater area, but you believe somewhere inside the bounds is not going to contribute, this is how you would do that. This can be modified in just the same way as the outside ones. You can move the vertexes around and create new vertex. And so with this one, and with the effective drainage area and the gross drainage area, you're probably going to want to know the area of the watershed. So if we open up the attribute table, here we have an unsaved feature. We're going to want to save our changes and stop editing. Actually, we want to keep editing because we're going to want to add a field, new field. And so we're going to call this area underscore kilometer, and we're going to want to make sure it's a decimal, and click OK. And let's do another one. Let's do area underscore acres, and we're going to make sure it's a decimal as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all features, open the field calculator, update an existing field, and go area kilometers, and we're going to say area kilometers will equal the area, the $ area. It respects the current project's ellipsoid settings and area units. So our current ellipsoid is NAD 83 UTM zone 13, and that's what we want. We want to keep it as that because the UTM coordinates are in meters, and we'll want it in meters. So we'll do equals area divide by 1,000. Right? No, it's 10 to the 6. 3. There. So area divide by that, and click OK. So now we have area kilometers, 45 square kilometers. Does that look like 45 square kilometers? I think so. And then the other one that we did there, if we go back to open it, save our changes, is the area acres. And we'll open up our field calculator again. And let's see if I've done it in a while. No, I haven't done it. We're going to go meter squared. Oh wait, we have it here. 1 meter squared. Clear. 1. Calculate. Copy that number. And we're going to do the same operand. Area times that number. I'm going to click OK. And we have 11,000 acres and 45 square kilometers. So I guess we can check. acres to square kilometers. Acres, it's 44 square. Okay, so we did it right. Sweet. Okay, so we know that we've got everything all good, and we do the exact same thing for the greater watershed as well. And then you'll just have to remember that every time you change the value, so let's say I've done this, and then I go back and I decide that actually I don't like that donut there, I'm going to delete the donut. And we can remove the donut by clicking this. Yep. And then save the changes, stop editing. Well, now we've changed the size of our affected drainage area, but if you go into the attribute table, the size in here has stayed the same. So anytime you make changes to the geometry, you're going to have to remember to make changes to the attributes. And that's all.